What's up? Alright, back into another Halo 5 Forge map. What's going on, guys? It's Disto here, and today we're going to look at a Halo 5 Forge map. As I just said, I'm stuck on repeat for some reason. This map is called Zeta Halo. Zeta Halo was the center of the 400 Flood War to research a cure for the Flood. And as you can see there in your, parentheses in that description, it says Halo Infinite. Because all the rumors is that Halo Infinite will be taking place on Zeta Halo, Installation 07. And this map here is completely based off of that. Now, real quick, before we get into the map, I want to give thanks to 7th Orca, Darth Dreas, Reclaimer X22, and I'm pretty sure I got everybody who have made prefabs that I've used on this map. Now, the one thing that has not made this map isn't 100% perfect yet. I want to check something real quick to see how many people. Okay, it's got 12. Okay, so they're not going to have the full version that I want to have. The full version of this map that I want to have, if 7th Orca will ever respond to my messages, if you see this video, please, is to get the 400 pylons to fire a beam up into the sky. And that will make the map 10 times better and make this map feel more alive than what it is at the moment. Anyways, let's get into the map. And by the way, I don't think I said this is one of my maps. I made this recently. This map this took me a long time to build. Took me probably 2 or 3 days. I actually started off drawing a picture, sketching it out, like a little rough sketch of the front side of the island, and then it turned out to be an actual portrait, and now my dad's like, yo, I need to hang this up, so I'm like, okay, I got you. But anyways, and for anyone else who sees this video, because I'm going to try to send this out to people I know in IRL and people who see, on my Sanghili Facebook and wherever else, I'm going to ask people to go check this video out, and everyone can have this map. This map has 2 different places to the map, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and tell that before we go to it. There's 2 different places. There is a grassland area, and then there's a snow area. Due to the way that Halo Infinite's trailer was, and Frank O'Connor and a bunch of other resources saying, hey, we wanted to go back to how Common Evolve was introduced by looking like an open world game with this just where you could explore and do whatever. And I wanted to try to recreate that the best way I could, and that's what I did here, was try to recreate a big giant world for people to explore. And this actually takes up the entire center bit of title. The front of the map over there and the back side actually hit the edge of the map. Well, one of them almost hits it, and the other one is basically just rubbing up against it. But real quick, we're gonna go into an aerial view to look around the entire map, and then we'll go look at the underground area that I made for more exploration, because I wanted to make sure there was a different place to go besides the surface area. Now, this map, whenever I was designing it, this was the entire area that I was sketching out. I wanted to sketch out a nice little spawn area for people to have, spawn at, a big open area that wasn't too crowded, and people wouldn't get spawn killed if someone decided to host an open lobby on here just to explore. And at certain periods of time, if I didn't have a certain weapons laid out, people would get spawn killed, so I had to put down an assault rifle with extended mag, and then the gunfighter magnum, which is not the default magnum, which kind of acts like a DMR. But there's also an easy way to get out of this spawn if you were to go over here. That teleporter does lead to the underground area, and it kind of gives you 2 different ways to get out of here so you don't get fully spawn trapped, but there is spawns over there which can also get you out. But, yeah. Moving to this 400 structure, both 400 structures have 2 different factions at each one. At this 400 structure is the UNSC. The UNSC has set up a camp here, and they're set up. There's 2 warthogs, 2 mongooses. There's a gun goose and a mongoose. There's a few UNSC weapons over here: 2 rocket launchers, 2 shotguns, a DMR, 3 assault rifles, 2 gunfighter magnums, and a battle rifle. Now, the one thing I did try to make sure to do was not make sure a lot of these don't constantly respawn after every 30 seconds. So some of these do have a long respawn. So if someone dies with a weapon, then there is a chance that so no one else will have it for a certain period of time. But moving on, let's go through the middle of the map and let's look at the transition from grassland to snowy biome. Now, the thing I tried to give is give the idea that the snow was starting to cover up a certain part of the map. I tried to get it to a point to where it looked like you were transitioning to a different biome, and I wanted people to have that feel like some games do, where it's switching from one place to the other. I tried my best to do so, and I think I did an okay job. This is my first time actually doing this. I had to kind of basically overlap some of these terrain bits to kind of face the same way, and some of them just kind of gave me this little one would come out, and then the other one would kind of overcome the textures. Now, the other spawns that are on the map, by the way, are in this area. There's 2 on the cliffside that you can come back in here so you don't get stuck out there. Now, when you come out through here, there is another teleporter that leads outside of the underground area. Now, coming out through here is the Covenant area. Now, I don't think there's gonna be Covenant in Halo Infinite. If there is, then I don't know how that happened. I'm assuming because there's a big huge time. There's kind of like a 1.5 year time gap between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite. So there's a possibility that all the species that Cortana called out to may form a new Covenant in some way, some sort of fashion. I don't really know, but we can only guess, only theories. But over here we have a few Covenant carbines, got some plasma pistols down at that over there. Got 2 energy swords, a fuel rod. There's a storm rifle around here as well, and some plasma grenades. The Covenant have a Wraith and 2 Ghosts. The reason why I gave them that kind of combo is that the 2 Ghosts, if you had a bunch of friends, 2 Ghosts kind of defend the Wraith, while the Wraith kind of acts as the heavy vehicle against the Warthogs, because, again, some of the human stuff in this game is a little bit more overpowered than the Covenant, which kind of makes me upset, because I'm a fan of Covenant stuff, yet I am wearing Mark 6, don't judge me. But let's go ahead and look at the underground area that I made. We'll go into first person, so that way we can get the full-on feel of how this looks. Now, this map is available to bookmark. Just look up my gamer tag, and just find Zeta Halo. Now, when I was designing this, I was going for multiple different Foreigner designs. I was going for stuff that I saw my friends make and what other people made, and I just decided to make my own to have my own design to it, so that way you could tell that this is not made by this is not made by a prefab with a prefab or anything else. These in here are mine. Now, real quick, I want to give a shout out to one of my friends. His gamer tag is SII something something Tom. I'm sorry, forgot. I don't really want to try to look up your gamer tag at the moment. He made the staircase here. I was thinking about putting down a gravity lift, but then I was like, okay, and also, or an elevator, but I didn't want to put an elevator down because we know what happens when people put an elevator on a map. People go stupid, they keep pressing the button over and over again, and it breaks the elevator, and even if I have a reset button to fix it, they'll somehow break it with the fix button. I don't know. But when we transition down here, it kind of transitions to the Didax colors, the orange lights, and it kind of gets a little bit darker. Now down here, this here is kind of like a classic Foreigner thing where you can kind of hide behind these corners. No one can see you in these little crevices everywhere. There's a closed door. This is by Reclaimer, and this here is by Darth Dreas. This is by Reclaimer X22. Again, thank you for that. His door design gave me an idea for a door, but I tried to script it so you didn't have to shoot at it, because I took away the script, so if you shoot at it, it does nothing, but I wanted to have a door that you could just hit a switch and it would open, and so I ended up going with 2 glass walls and making this door. Now, this door is awesome. It's not too fancy, but it fits perfectly with this door frame, and I'm happy with it. Now, walking in here, this is kind of like a throwback to Comedy Evolve's mission, assault, well, silent cartographer attack, assault on the, I think it's silent cartographer. It is where you try to find a map to the control room, and you find the map, and there's a switch and all that you hit. Now, I was gonna put a hologram switch, but the forge budget that I have right now is very low. So if you wanted to take stuff away from this map, you'd have to delete a lot of trees, grass, rocks, and to be honest, it would probably make the map look bad with just no foliage or like any detail. But the map right now is, in my opinion, just perfectly fine the way it is. And by the way, this switch does nothing. If you press this, it just doesn't do anything. My friend said you should script this to where you press it and it kills everyone on the map as if Halo went off. And I said that'd be pretty funny. That would actually be pretty funny to have happen. That would be really cool. And I kind of feel like doing it. Now this room over here, the first response that I got whenever I was in a party with a group of people, I heard someone like was in the party and they were like, "Oh my gosh, Halo 4!" And I'm like, "Yep, you knew exactly what I was going for. The Halo 4 feel, little armory here." And this here is stocked with a few weapons, a Halo 2 battle rifle, a projection sight, SMG, an energy sword, gravity hammer, needler, and a Covenant carbine. Now I wanted to have a different, like a room for some weapons in case people couldn't get to one of the Foreigner pylons, so they could come down here, pick up one of these. These are not set on, I think these are set on disturbance, so if someone picks it up, another one will take its place at some point. Besides, I think the sword and the hammer. That's the only two that will not respawn. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little view of the map. It's been a minute since I've kind of, built a map. Whenever I was doing this, what made me do this was I was just sketching out something, and it made me like say, "Oh hey, I really want to build something," and I just started sketching it out, and then when I started building it, things popped into my head. Okay, I was like, what would be cool is if it changed from a grassland to a snow area, and it just fits so well, and I liked the whole transition from one place to the other because it made the map feel a bit more, to me. I cannot speak for some reason. It made the map feel a little bit more special than what it is. I just now realized that that tree is not glacier. I need to go fix that. Where is that glacier? That is glacier. It's just not showing the ice on it that much for some reason. Okay. Cool. Little light bug, but I guess well, that's fine, I guess. Oh, and by the way, if you want to, I guess, edit the map, just make sure that no one else can go down there and see all the stuff. Around the map, there is detail all around the map. There is these rock cliffs. If you wanted to do something with it, if you wanted to, you could delete some things and make your own, like, idea for the map. But yeah, the entire map has its own outside area. Back here, some of these rocks will look darker than the others because I did take away light bake. Now this is when I ran out of budget. I thought I was going to run out of budget. I can probably go back and fix that, but I'm not. But no one else can see that. Ooh. Just ignore that. We're not going to acknowledge the fact that that's there. I think that's the hole that my friend kept talking about, saying, "Hey, it's broken." But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the map. If you did, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and just go, bookmark the map, play on it, and enjoy the map. If you want to try to edit it and make those things fire yourself, by all means, go ahead and attempt it. Just be careful what you delete. I wouldn't advise deleting. To be honest, if you want to delete something, just delete some of the crates, weapons, or something like that, because the trees where I placed them, I try to make sure that the map didn't seem dead, because when I do look at maps, there's not enough foliage and things like that, and if some maps there's too much, and it makes the map look dead. Anyways, I'll see y'all in another video. Peace!